Today we will be playing the highest rated NCAA football game of all time, and to a lot of you guys in the NCAA community, it's probably not going to be the NCAA game that you guys are all thinking. No, it's not NCAA 14, no, it's not NCAA 06, but it is NCAA 2004. NCAA Football 2004 was released July 16th, 2003 on GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. It has a Metacritic score of a 94 with a user score of 8.3. PSM Magazine said, from its solid gameplay to its attention to detail, NCAA Football 2004 is easily the best college sports game yet on PS2. There's no need to go anywhere else. GamePro says, throughout the action, the controls handle sweetly, combining the depth of a large number of moves with a smooth playability. Electronic Gaming Monthly says, one hell of a college football experience. The gameplay isn't quite as confining as Madden's, allowing for more open-ended games. Now, what we did with the worst reviewed football game that was known as Game Breaker 2003, I didn't think the game was that bad. We went over features, game modes, and then of course we jumped into a game, played the game, and seen what the gameplay was like. So, for NCAA, man, they had a lot of dope features that we still all know and love, and we want EA to bring back when they bring back the new NCAA football game. Create a school, create a player. So, of course, you guys all know we get updated rosters on NCAA 14, but they were doing updated rosters since PlayStation 2 is when I can remember. You can go on Operation Sports, you could download it, you could put it on a memory card. From the memory card, you go ahead and put it on a game. Then they made it a little bit easier. You download it from within the game and put it in. You just had to wait for people to do it, but, you know what I mean, getting a memory card with the real name rosters, as you can see, Brock Berlin for Miami, Ben Roethlisberger for Miami of Ohio. Let's take a look at some of the running backs guys might remember. Marion Barber's at Minnesota. Ohio State had Craig Krenzel, Maurice Claret. So you guys get the gist, the real name rosters that we all know and love that makes this game special because, after a while playing with wide receiver number 12 got a little old. So shout out to the guys who have always been creating rosters since back to the PlayStation 2 days. Also for NCAA 14, you were able to set your audibles for whatever team's playbook you wanted to use. So to set audibles, select the team's playbook. This will become the default playbook for your profile. Also here on the main menu screen, guys, we had cool features for people who were just getting into the college football games. You come here to NCAA 101, and they will give you a little quick tutorial video on play calling, running controls, passing controls, running the option, defensive controls, special teams. So let's go ahead and select one of these, watch the video. We're going to rock out with running the option because that is a very intricate and important part of college football.
If you ask me what's the greatest offense ever invented, I would of course say the triple option. Just like the name indicates, you have so many options, it's almost impossible to defend if it's executed properly. You can give it up the middle, you can keep it, you can pitch it, you can even pass out of it. That's what makes this play so exciting to watch and even more fun to execute. If you're running a triple option, your first option is to give to the fullback. To do this, simply press and hold the X button when the fullback passes by the quarterback. If you're running a power option, the fullback will be used as a lead blocker instead. If you don't give it to the fullback, this is when the options really open up for the quarterback. The goal of the quarterback is to cut this thing upfield instead of stretching it out to the sideline. One of the more effective ways of doing this is to use an option juke move. The option jukes are triggered like the regular jukes, using the L1 and R1 buttons. So if you're running an option to the right, press L1 to cut upfield. Or if you have an obstacle in front of you, but you aren't ready to cut upfield, you could juke the other way to give yourself a little running room. The effectiveness of an option usually depends on the speed and agility of your quarterback. In today's game, we're seeing more athletic quarterbacks, and it's not uncommon for them to rush for 1,000 yards in a season.
Yo, this kid is a master of that option game. Look at that run, guys. That was beautiful.
When an option quarterback adds the fake pitch to his arsenal, Lee's right. That's when he is the true master of the option attack. To do a fake pitch, press the L2 button. The best time to do this is when you have a defender caught in between the quarterback and his pitch man. The fake pitch can get the defender to bite on the running back, giving your quarterback some serious daylight. And then, just when the defense thinks they have the quarterback contained, that's when he pitches the ball out to his running back. To pitch the ball, press the R2 button. There's a fine line on when you should pitch the ball. You don't want to pitch it too early because the defense can react to it. But you can't pitch it too late because that's risking a fumble. The best thing to do is wait until the defense commits to your quarterback and then pitch it. Man, this is fun. If you're able to run the option successfully, the defense will start to bring up their safeties to help out. And if I may steal a line from my friend LC, that's when you go to the air, my friend. The option pass can be a deadly weapon for a run-oriented team. A couple of long touchdown passes will keep those defensive backs honest. An option pass is executed just like a regular option play. You can still hand the ball off to the fullback, cut upfield, and pitch to the halfback. The only difference is you won't be able to sprint with the quarterback. When you press the X button, the quarterback will drop back into his passing mode. The pressure will be heavy, so be sure to get rid of the ball quickly. This is the ultimate fake out for an option-oriented offense. And that's all there is to it. You gotta love it.
All right, boys. So like I said, most of us are going to know how to run an option for those of you here on the video. But you got to remember there were a lot of young gamers getting into the college football games back in the day that didn't really understand the concept. So these tutorials were very, very helpful. So here in the My NCAA, first things first, we got an EA Sports bio. Now, I'm not going to have one on this memory card because I don't play this game as much as I did as when I was a kid. But you will come here to see your accomplishments, your hours played into the game, and everything like that. So you will see your major accomplishments, your recent accomplishments. And so, you know, if you really got into this game, you won a bunch of national championships, won a bunch of games, you know, got crazy recruiting classes and things of that nature, and even set NCAA records, it would all be right here. And here, next thing we got up is the trophy room. So the trophy room, you will come here and take a look at all your Dynasty trophies. So you got your championships, your bowl games, your awards. Then here on the next line, you will have your rivalry trophies, and we will get into the rivalry games soon. Next things up, you got the record book. So these are going to be the stock-based records in the game that you're all going to be looking to break as you play through your Dynasties and, you know, couch play with your friends. Then next up, you have your school records. So for right now, they're only showing me Miami since that is slated as my favorite team. Next up, you got your Dynasty records. So much like your single game records, but it's going to keep track of all of the things you do in your Dynasties, in your Dynasty mode. So that's pretty cool. So you can always go back and relive to see who was your best running back in such and such Dynasty. They even had your user v user stats. So if you had a brother or cousin or a best friend that always came over and you guys went head to head, you wouldn't be able to lie about who beat who more. And then last but not least, they got your personal best. So your personal best longest run, pass, punt, kick return, field goal, interception return, points scored, you name it, it is right here and you can keep track of it. Then we also have the pennant collection. And the pennant collection, I'm pretty sure was similar to the Madden cards. You unlock these by playing the game. You can get team boosts, like your quarterback can get +5 passing, your defense can get plus 3 speed, things of that nature. So right there, I hit circle for a new pennant. It cost 25 credits. I guess we had some credits. And the pennant they gave us was Boston College. This team will receive a positional ratings boost when pennant is played. Still have 100 credits left. Let's go ahead and search for a new pennant for game cheats. This one is going to give us Stiff. This pennant doubles your opponent's penalty yardage for 1 game. Also buy new stadiums. So for this, we unlocked the Insight Bowl. This stadium is now unlocked for play now. You were able to buy all-time teams. So we got the 1993 All-American team. You were also able to get mascot teams. So this mascot team is now available in play now. We got the Kansas State mascot team. They also had the Campus Challenge, which you had level 1s through 5. So level 1 tasks, kick a 40-yard field goal, punt the ball 50 yards, then all the way up to level 5 tasks, gain 100 yards rushing and 100 yards receiving with 1 player, gain 150 yards with 2 different players, record 5 sacks with 1 player. So you know, the higher the level, the harder the tasks. And now let's take a look at the game mode. So you could play online head-to-head. There were no online dynasties. You had your Dynasty mode. And first things first up, we're going to go with the Dynasty mode. You know, what everybody pretty much plays and gets NCAA for. So in Dynasty mode, you can control up to 12 people. This was good before online dynasties. You can have like couch play dynasties with your friends, or you can just be the one lonely Dynasty member. You can also turn contracts off and on, and you can hit select and you can add the Division I AA team. So like your HBCUs, your Ivy League schools, you know, your smaller schools like Elon, Eastern Washington, Georgia Southern, who's now actually Division 1A. You had teams like Hofstra, Idaho State, Illinois State, Indiana State. So, you were also able to edit your coach. You can either make them what the actual school's coach was or create yourself. And when you jump into Dynasty, man, you come into the preseason. You got your preseason issue of Sports Illustrated. Also special, Chris Gamble and Ohio State looked to compete for the national title in 2003. You would come to preseason options. You could customize your schedule. You couldn't customize your lot games, which are your conference games. Back then for Miami was the Big East. But you could come over here to your out-of-conference games. And let's say if you wanted to change Louisiana State, you didn't have to play only Division 1A teams. You could play those other Division 1 AA teams, James Madison, Jackson State, Indiana State, Illinois State, you name it, you could put on. So you could put those cakewalk games on there that Alabama likes to play late in the season. And then also you were able to red shirt your players. If you wanted to redshirt Sean Taylor, you could. But if you had a quarterback like Kyle Wright, who wasn't going to get any burn his first year, it was behind a redshirt junior and a true junior, you would redshirt him. That way, naturally you don't want to waste a year. Take a look at the Sports Illustrated. They had the preseason polls. So take a look here. The top 10, we're going to go Ohio State, Oklahoma, Miami, Texas, Kansas State, Auburn, Virginia Tech, UGA, USC, and Michigan. They had the Heisman watch list here to start off the preseason. Maurice Claret, Cody Pickett, Phillip Rivers, Roy Williams, and L. Roberson. They also had the preseason All-Americans. So take a look at the preseason All-Americans. We're not just going to read off everybody's name. We'll just slowly go through it. They also broke it down between offense and defense. Then you had your second team. They go offense and defense. And back then, they also had the conference outlook. So for coach options, you can come in here. You can go off your strategy. You can pick what playbook you want to run. You can pick which strategy. So you can have recruiting assistants on or off. We're going to rock out with the Miami playbook, but it is changeable. You go offensive strategy, defensive strategy. So for right now, Miami's going to 52% run, 48% pass. Let's bump it up to aggressive. Let's say sub a little more. And for defense, let's play heavy run 60. Let's still be aggressive. And let's sub and keep fresh bodies in. You can also take a look at your coaching positions. So this is where you can create and delete coaches. You can also quit your job. And then per season, per career, you have your report card. So right now, job security is a C. So under fan base, we have our regionally televised games. Under that, with the satellite, is the nationally televised games. And then they also have your average attendance. Right now, it says congratulations on your appointment as the new head coach of Miami. And then right here for coach stats, you see season record, current streak, winning seasons, longest win streak, record versus top 25, record versus rivals, your bowl record, your conference titles, and your national titles. All right, boys, simulated through the season, Miami ended up going 10-2. They have a bye week. There is no conference championship for the Big East, but take a look at the weekly schedule, not the team schedule. There are several conference championship games. You got the MAC Conference Championship, the Big 12 Conference Championship, and the SEC Conference Championship. Come here to the Sports Illustrated, see what it's looking like towards the end of the season. They have the bowl rankings published and out. Right now, Oklahoma and Nebraska are the number 1 and 2 team. Colorado State is also trying to get a bid for the Natty, so is Tennessee. You also have your awards finalists. So here's the Maxwell. They didn't call it the O'Brien. It was just best quarterback. They didn't call it the Doak Walker, just best running back. They didn't call it the Biletnikoff, just best wide receiver, best O lineman instead of the Outland or the Remington, I think it is. Then they also have the Bednarik. They have the best D lineman, best linebacker, the Thorpe, the Groza, the best coach, but they do not have a return man. Bowl projections, this is actually something they had way back then. Of course, based off your record, seeding, and where they project everybody to finish, they have the bowl projections. Like Miami's projected to take on 8 of 4 UCLA in the Inside Bowl. And then another cool thing about this Sports Illustrated, they have archived covers for each and every week, so you can go back and live some of the false narratives. Say if they don't show your team any respect, but you end up winning the national championship, you can be like, look, we proved all the doubters wrong. So let's say if you were Ole Miss and Eli Manning disrespected, the latest polls have little love for the 9-0 Rebels. So if you end up going undefeated and winning out, you can be like, look, they had it out for us from the start. Well, the stats rankings is actually pretty cool because in the newer NCAAs, it wasn't this clean. You could just go to your team and say, take a look. So where we stacking everything else. So it's pretty masked up in, like, let's say NCAA 14. You have to actually find your team on the list. But right here, you can just go to your team and it's going to tell you where your team ranks throughout the whole entire country. Through efficiency, turnovers, offense, defense. That's pretty dope. I like that. All right, boys. So here we are in the offseason. You got the offseason schedule, but of course they got the Sports Illustrated cover. What a year. Rams finished the perfect season with a national championship. You got a recruiting recap. The option is still unavailable until recruiting is complete. So like I said, recruiting hasn't even started. So first things first, we got players leaving. So, guys did leave early. Vince Wilfork is actually looking to go to the draft after his junior season, but he's going to be the only guy that's actually looking to leave early. He's a 96 overall. We have our coach points that you could use here, but remember, but here was a little different back then. These coach points we're about to use on Vince Wilfork are actually going to come out of our week 1 recruiting points. So you see here at the bottom, that 48 points takes 725 to 677. Then we're going to give him a call and a visit from everybody trying to get him to stay in school, even though Vince Wilfork is one of the greatest D tackles of all time. But he says, I'm coming back next year to have fun and to win a natty. All right, boys. So take a look at Recruiting Central. We have 5 weeks to do all of our recruiting here. So let's go ahead and just hold on to the help button. So you can change and go by highlighted states. You can view recruiting reports. You can hold circle. It will show you the team overview. You can change the user teams. You can advance the week, or you can go to the previous screen. All right, boys. So of course you can go to every state in the country. You know what I mean? You can even go to another country in Canada. You can go all the way down to recruit in Alaska and even Hawaii. I said Hawaii before Alaska, but you know what the hell I meant. Another thing with recruiting back then that was actually pretty dope. So you take a look at Derek Winston, right? Take a look at how much his stuff costs because he lives in Florida. But if you recruit somebody who's from a different state, let's say Johnson City, Tennessee, his things from our coaches are going to cost just a little bit more. So basically, that's just simulating the cost difference between travel going to different states as opposed to going to see Derek Winston, who's just a hop, a skip, and a drive away. All right, boys, so the offseason is over. Offseason recruiting anyway. Take a look at our signings. These are all of our guys in a nutshell, so pretty basic standard stuff. Then also, you can come over here to check out the top classes. Miami ends up with a number 2 class in the nation, Texas number 1. So these are still things we are all accustomed to seeing in the NCAA. All right, guys, so after recruiting comes the training session. Now take a look at Rocky McIntosh here. Plus 10, he's one of the most improved. Rashad Butler is going to be a breakthrough player who's also plus 10. All right, guys, so now that we went over Play Online, Dynasty Mode, next up, we're going to skip over College Classics because that's going to actually be our gameplay for today. We're going to take a look at the rivalry games. So this is one of the things you can get pennants for. And this one is pretty simple, man. You could just go through all conferences or per conference or the independents. You even have the MEAC, the Ivy League, and all the 1AA rivalries. So like here, Bethune-Cookman versus FAMU, FAMU versus Bethune-Cookman. You could just like toggle the home team and away team and stuff like that. So basically here you will win a game as Bethune versus FAMU, and here you will win a game as FAMU versus Bethune, and you would get one of those pennants for each of the games you win. I'm not sure if you get anything special for winning all the rivalry games because I was never crazy enough to try it. But you just go through here, man. It's a whole bunch of them. But it's also cool on the right-hand side here. You see they have the series record up until this date, this time, 2003. But also, per the school, you can select their different rivalries from each screen. So Grambling, Prairie View, and Southern, Georgia Southern, Furman, and Appalachian State. Georgia, they got Georgia Tech and Auburn and Florida. Take a look at a team like Miami. We got Florida State, Syracuse, Virginia Tech, and Florida. So, things like that, little things like this, you can really go through and play a ton of these games. Now, this is actually something I didn't remember that they had in this game. I did not remember them having the mascot games way back in 2004. I actually think that that's pretty cool. But let's jump into this and pretty much see what it looks like. All right, man. So we already know what we're going to expect with these mascot games. But again, bro, did you guys remember that the mascot games were all the way back on PS2? I just remember them being a big deal on PS3 for real. Now, I wonder if the jukes are regular jukes or are they the little flippy spin jukes that you have in NCAA 14. Let's see. We are on Heisman, though. So we're gonna see what we can make shake as we drop that pass. But it's always funny watching these guys playing their Heisman gear. I mean, it's always funny watching the mascots playing in their mascot stuff. So it is regular jukes, but you know what I'm saying? They still gonna have the sounds and the bone crunching hits like they had on pads. All right, boys. Another game mode they had was practice mode, but we're not gonna jump into practice mode. We know what that is already.
I mean, listen, we're talking about practice.
But the game mode that I felt like was the greatest game mode in NCAA, and I hope that they bring this back with the new one, College Classics. So, in College Classics, man, you will go back and try to play some of the craziest moments in college football history up to this date. So take a look at this one, man. SMU versus BYU. America's most exciting bowl game, otherwise known as the Holiday Bowl, was an old-fashioned shootout in the 1980 version of the game between BYU and SMU. BYU was trailing 45-25 late in the fourth quarter. Can you lead a Cougar comeback just as the legendary BYU quarterback did over 20 years ago? All right, but so we're actually going to jump into this one. We're going to play as Nebraska. The Cornhuskers came into the 1984 Orange Bowl undefeated, ranked number 1 and heavy favorites. The number 4 Hurricanes took that underdog role and got out to an early lead, but with 48 seconds remaining, the Cornhuskers scored a touchdown, making the game 31-30. Instead of going for 1 in the tie, the Nebraska coach decided to go for 2 in the win, take control of the Cornhuskers, and go for the win. All right, boys, so this seems simple enough, right? Go for the win, go for the 2. But on Heisman against this team, who knows how easy it's going to be. We're going to go with the out route, and we got it. All right, boys, time to play some defense here. We had a bad kick because I haven't kicked with the X button in a long time, but it is what it is, man. Let's go ahead and boost the QB here. Oh, he loses a sack. Good heads-up play by the quarterback there. I had a series on NCAA 06, but, you know, it's a little bit different. Boom, get to the quarterback. We get the tackle. We're in the cover 4. We're blitzing. They're going up top. Make a play for me. That a boy. 30 inches. Let's get it. Boom. They are going to the air. We get pressure on the QB. He delivers a strike to number 6. No way. No way that happened. You got it in you. That one is going to split the uprights easily. All right, boys. Here we go. See if we can pitch it. We try, and nothing's doing. All right, boys. So we didn't get the job done, and we are back for more. This time we're going to run an option. Let's see what we can do. Boom, we get the pitch off the 30, and we get the 2-point conversion. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy once again. We got to get a stop on D, though. 3rd and 3 here, boys. I'm going to stay on alignment because I'm really not that good at the controls just yet. They're taking the shot deep. Double coverage nearly picked off. We needed that. So this is where we made our mistake last time. We came out in goal line expecting a run. So now we just got to play a little bit more conservative here. Oh, that's got to be a pick. I'll take it. Hit off of the shoulder pad is the same thing to me. Let's go. All right, guys, we're coming out here in the victory formation after we just took their last and final timeout, and we are going to be winners of our first college classic. Let's go. And we are 1984 Orange Bowl champs. All right, guys, so you can see here on the college classic, we got our first pennant. The Miami and Nebraska game, you've unlocked these 2 classic teams for use and play now. So this is how you unlock the classic teams. All right, so once you finish one, it is going to be redded out to let you know you got it done. But let's take a look at some other fun ones that could be pretty cool. Alabama-Auburn, 1985 Iron Bowl. The matchup was a classic battle between a fierce rivalry. Auburn came into the game with the best running back in the country, a.k.a. Bo Jackson, a future Heisman winner. On this day, however, a kicker was the difference. The Alabama place kicker made 4 field goals en route to a 25-23 Alabama victory. Who would have thought Alabama kickers actually won them games once upon a time? All right, boys, we got 57 seconds left, down 1, and we got to get all the way down the field. I just had to use a timeout because I wasn't paying attention, and we were about to get a delay of game. And I might have thrown a pick on the first play. Very, very close. Boom. First down, picked off. Wow. We are not out of this yet. We are not out of this yet. Let's go. Got one over the middle. Let's go. Got to be throwing the ball. Here we go. Oh, throw it out of bounds. I'm cool with that. Win. Oh, yeah. It's got to be a good throw, though. Oh. I need it. Oh, let's go. Come on, baby. 7 seconds. We got a shot at the end zone. Let's get it. Just don't throw a pick. Oh, my gosh. We got to get that there. All right, we got to set up for 3. A little bit of wind in our face. No big deal. The kick is up, and the kick is good through the uprights. Let's go. All right, no squib kick here. No squib kick, bro. But I'm going to just kick this joint high in the air. Look how this. Look at this. Look at this kick. Look how bad it is. I can't believe I made that kick to win the game. I swear to God, I can't believe I made that kick to win the game. All right, boys, 1 second here. Heisman difficulty. We know how stupid this can be. We know how stupid this can be. Come on, boys. Trying to get here with this right in. I don't know my O-line moves. He doesn't have the arm. And we bat it down smartly. And we are going to be winners here of this 1985 Iron Bowl. Let's go. All right, guys. So another pennant unlocked. And we have unlocked these 2 teams for play now use. Let's go. Boys, let's do one more college classic. All right, so this one is near and dear to my heart, bro. I still hate Ohio State because of this. Rarely do championship games live up to all the hype surrounding them. The 2003 Fiesta Bowl bucked that trend and produced one of the most exciting college football games of all time. Number 1 Miami is trailing number 2 Ohio State 2017 with 3 seconds left. The Canes need a 40-yard field goal to send this game into OT. Can you handle the pressure? Oh my gosh. No, I can't. No, I shanked it. Oh my God, I shanked it. Why left? Oh my goodness, I was super duper late. It was short. I didn't get enough on it. We didn't get perfect. We didn't get all of it, but it splits the uprights. Oh my goodness. Got one. Yes, sir. Dime. Let's get it. Come on, you got to lead them. I know this is 2003, but lead them. Got him. Got him. Come on. Touchdown. Let's go. For 2. I was going to run it, but we're going to pass it. We're going to pass it. Let's go. We threw it. We got to. He's got to catch that. All right, boys. This time I'm going to keep it on the ground. We passed it last time, but I'm going to keep it on the ground. It's like they're daring me to run it, but whatever. Give it off me. Come on. Give me 6, baby. All right, let's control Sean Taylor on his last play. Come on. Well, second to last play. They're going to go for it on 4th down naturally, right? We know that. Hopefully we can catch a pick. Somebody catch that. You got to be kidding me, dog. Or what's good? They literally just had to bat the ball down there, bro. Oh my goodness. They don't want me to have a pool as big as Kanye. No Maurice Claret in the game though. He's tired. It doesn't mean who's just backing him up? Beanie Wells? Good tackle. Ball game. Let's go. All right, man. So we got it done and we won our 3rd classic, man. If you guys want to see more of them classics, let me know down in the comment section below. I already got some footage from NCAA 05 where I started some of these, so just let me know. I'll post a video. All right, guys. So you have unlocked. All right, guys. So you have unlocked these 2 classic teams for play now. Yes, sir. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the highest rated NCAA football game of all time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, time to smash that like button and be up in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're new. It's your boy Uncle Sam's Reject, RKGames.com. I'm out of here. Peace.
Hey. Niggas want me to lose, but I can't. I've been stacking this shit to the ceiling. Know some niggas with bodies and it ain't no probably. We never speak on them killers. Everybody on my block gon' get them some money. It's only a couple of drillers. I've been fucking them hoes, man. Them bitches ain't nobody. Boy, get the fuck out your feelings. Drop my son